Hello and welcome to Raju Notes channel, your pit stop for weekly current affairs updates. The updates tailor-made for students taking all kinds of competitive exams like UPSC, civils, defense and placement interviews. Please subscribe to the channel and stay updated every Sunday. India-Japan Joint Service Staff Talks JSST between Headquarters Integrated Defense Staff HQ IDS and the Joint Staff of the Japan Self-Defense Force JSDF concluded on 20th November, New Delhi. The JSST is a forum for advancing defense cooperation through regular and high-level operation discussions between India and Japan. The meeting was co-chaired by Assistant Chief of IDS Air Vice Marshal Prashant Mohan and Joint Staff of JSDF Director General of Defense Plans and Policy Department Major General Mina Mikawa Nobutuka. The two sides engaged in a meaningful discussion on bolstering ongoing defense engagements and exploring new avenues for cooperation under the existing bilateral defense mechanism. Both sides acknowledged the growing importance of partnership of India and Japan in addressing emerging security challenges, safeguarding shared interests, and upholding peace in the Indo-Pacific regions. Defense Minister Rajat Singh held a bilateral meeting with his Chinese counterpart Dong Jong in Laos. Mr. Singh was on a 3-day visit to Laos to attend the ASEAN Defense Ministers Meeting Plus ADMM Plus. The ADMM is the highest defense consultative and cooperative mechanism in ASEAN. The ADMM Plus is a platform for ASEAN member states of Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, and its 8 dialogue partners including India, the US, the China, Russia, Japan, and South Korea. The ADMM Plus ministers have been meeting annually to bolster the cooperation between ASEAN and the Plus countries. On the sidelines of the meetings, Mr. Singh is also expected to hold bilateral meetings with participating counterparts from Australia, Japan, Laos, Malaysia, New Zealand, the Philippines, South Korea, and the USA. These meetings are aimed at further enhancing bilateral defense cooperation with these countries. The Indian Army successfully conducted the multilateral annual Joint Humanitarian Assistance and Disaster Relief HADR exercise Sanyukta Vimochan 2024 held last week in Ahmedabad and Porbandar. Chief of the Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi attended the event showcasing India's disaster response readiness. Meanwhile, in a significant display of military powers, the Indian Army, Indian Navy, and the Indian Air Force jointly conducted an exercise Purvi Prahar at Mechuka in Arunachal Pradesh. The exercise, conducted from November 10 to 18, marked a significant milestone in joint warfare capabilities, featuring unprecedented coordination between Army, Navy, and Air Force in the Eastern Theater. The exercise was full-fledged display of the might of the Indian Armed Forces, featuring advanced weapon systems such as M777 howitzer, the Navy Maritime Patrol, and the reconnaissance aircraft P-8I, swarm drones, first-person view FPV drones, and loitering munitions. Indian Space Research Organization ISRO has successfully launched its most sophisticated communication satellite GSAT-20 on board SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral in the USA last week. Speaking during the launch, ISRO Chairman S. Somnath said, "It was a very successful launch. The satellite is healthy and solar panels have been deployed. The satellite will provide broadband services in remote areas and in-flight internet in the passenger aircrafts. It will remain in operation for 14 years. This is the first time that ISRO has launched a satellite on a SpaceX rocket through its commercial arm, New Space India Limited (NSIL). Weighing about 4,700 kg, GSAT-20 is one of India's heaviest communication satellites. The GSAT-20 is too heavy for India's own rocket LVM-3, popularly known as Bahubali, to carry. So, the SpaceX was chosen for the launch." Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been confirmed with the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger award by the Nigeria. In a speech, Mr. Modi said he accepts the honor with great humility and dedication to its people of India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi noted that the Indian Prime Minister is visiting Nigeria after 17 years. He expressed happiness that he got an opportunity to visit Nigeria in his third term. He said India is sending 20 tons of humanitarian aid to support Nigeria in its flood relief efforts. He congratulated Nigeria for becoming a partner country in BRICS. Mr. Modi expressed confidence that India and Nigeria will bring the issue affecting global south in front of the rest of the world. Several memorandum of understandings MOUs were exchanged following the talks in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Tinubu. Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO conducted a successful flight trial of India's first long-range hypersonic missile from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island off the coast of Odisha last week. This hypersonic missile is designed to carry various payloads for ranges greater than 1,500 kilometers for the armed forces. In a social media post, Defense Minister Rajat Singh described the flight trial as a historic achievement which has put India in the group of select nations having capabilities of such critical and advanced military technologies. He congratulated DRDO, the armed forces, and the industry for the successful flight trials. The missile was tracked by various range systems deployed in multiple domains. The flight data obtained from downrange ship stations confirmed the successful terminal maneuvers and the impact with a high degree of accuracy. Russian President Vladimir Putin has approved the country's updated nuclear doctrine last week. The new doctrine set out conditions under which Russia will consider using its arsenal. It allows for a broader use of nuclear weapons. According to the new doctrine, any conventional attack on Russia backed by any nuclear power could be considered as a joint attack on Russia. Mr. Putin ordered the changes to the nuclear doctrine in September this year. The move comes after US President Joe Biden permitted Ukraine to use ATACMS ATACMS missiles against targets deep inside Russian territory. In a related development, Russia said that Ukraine has fired US supplied long range missiles into the country. The Defense Ministry said Ukraine used Army Tactical Missile System ATACMS in a strike on the Bryansk region. The Ukrainian military said that it had hit large Russian arms depot near Karachev in Bryansk region, 110 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. However, the Ukrainian military did not disclose which weapons were used in the attack. Prime Minister Modi became India's first Prime Minister to visit Guyana in 56 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi became the first Indian Prime Minister in 56 years to visit Guyana. Receiving a ceremonial welcome and the Guard of Honor in the Georgetown, Guyana President Muhammad Irfan Ali personally greeted him at the airport with floral bouquet. Modi held bilateral talks and co-chaired the second India CARICOM meeting aimed at strengthening regional economic cooperation and integration. Prime Minister Modi also was conferred with Guyana's highest national award, the Order of Excellence, for his visionary statesmanship, championing the rights of developing countries on the global stage, exceptional service to the global community, and for his commitment to strengthen India-Guyana relations in a ceremony at the Guianan State House. The Commonwealth of Dominica has bestowed its highest national honor, the Dominica Award of Honor, upon Prime Minister Narendra Modi. President of Dominica, Slivinen Bruton, conferred the award in recognition of the Prime Minister Modi's contribution to Dominica during the COVID-19 pandemic and his dedication to strengthening the partnership between the two countries. Mr. Modi said he is honored to be conferred with the highest national award by Dominica. He dedicated it to the 140 crore people of India. The Prime Minister said this honor is not only his but 140 crore people of India, their efforts, their values and their tradition. He said India and Dominica are two democracies and together are role models for women's empowerment in the world. Mr. Modi said it's a matter of deep satisfaction that India was able to help the people of Dominica during pandemic like COVID-19. Armenia has become 104th full member of the International Solar Alliance. Armenia handed over the Indian Solar Alliance instrument of ratification during a meeting between its ambassador to India, Vagan Afyan, and Joint Secretary of the Ministry of External Affairs, Abhishek Singh, in New Delhi on 21st of this month. Scientists from the Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research JNCASR has identified a new route to detect monkeypox and develop diagnostic tools for the infection. The Science and Technology Ministry said that the scientists have identified and characterized DNA sequence within the monkeypox virus MPV genome. The ministry noted that this identification, characterization, and targeting of unusual nucleic acid structure have therapeutic implications. The outbreak of mpox virus has raised serious concern about its anticipated spread across the globe as the modes of transmission and symptoms were not well understood. The virus is a double-stranded DNA virus and contains unusual DNA structures that can be targeted through small molecule fluorescent probes. One such unusual non-canonical conformation G quadruplex sequence GOS are not present in other pox viruses, other pathogens or other human genome, which makes them valuable targets for the development of diagnostic tools and therapeutic interventions. The GQs identified in the MPV genome can also serve as a potential antiviral targets. 82 young Indian artists were awarded with Ustad Bismillah Khan Yuva Puraskar in New Delhi last week. The awards were conferred for the year 2022 and 2023 in a special ceremony by the Cultural Ministry Secretary Arunesh Chawla. The Yuva Puraskar honors young artists in the field of music, dance, drama, folk, and tribal art forms. The award carries a money of 25,000 rupees and are awarded to artists under the age of 40. Expressing delight on this occasion, an awardee from the Rajasthan named Yusuf Khan Mewati talked about his experience of being conferred with the award. Another awardee named Padma Dolkar shared her reaction to becoming the first young artist from Ladakh to be conferred with this award. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reached New Delhi after successfully concluding his three-nation visit to Nigeria, Brazil, and Guyana. The Prime Minister's whirlwind tour marked by a hectic flurry of bilateral meetings in the three countries. Mr. Modi participated in 31 bilateral meetings and informal interactions with the global leaders during his three-nation tour. During the visit, Mr. Modi held a bilateral meeting in Nigeria, 10 bilateral meetings on the sidelines of G20 summit in Brazil, and 9 such meetings in Guyana. Among the bilateral meetings in Brazil, this was the first meeting of Prime Minister Modi with President of Indonesia, Prabowo Subianto, Prime Minister of Portugal, Luis Montenegro, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, President of Chile, Gabriel Boric, and President of Argentina, Javier Milei. Reports indicate that during his visit to Nigeria, Brazil, and Guyana, Prime Minister Modi carried with him unique gifts from all the corners of the country and gifted to the world prominent leaders.
Well, that's all, friends, for this week's updates. See you soon next Sunday on the same channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye.